Hi everybody, this is the Football Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Hut, and Hut, snap. Well, welcome back again to the Football Hut. Been kind of taking some time off. Really not a lot to talk about, but here we have something that you might like. And before we get into that, please, of course, subscribe to the Football Hut and like this video. So, on CBS Sports, Stefon Diggs' frustration with Bills stems from a rolling offense, voice and play calling, per report. We now reportedly know why Diggs was not present at the start of mandatory minicamp, and it's written by it doesn't matter who wrote it. It really doesn't. Last week, the Buffalo Bills' mandatory minicamp made NFL headlines for the wrong reasons. Star wideout Stefon Diggs was reportedly not in attendance on Tuesday when camp opened up, and head coach Sean McDermott said he was very concerned about the situation. This case became more curious by the hour. Interesting. As Diggs' agent said the star veteran was in the building on Tuesday, it would be there for the entirety of minicamp. After that first practice session, quarterback Josh Allen told reporters that Diggs' issues were not football-related. Yet his follow-up comments made it appear they had everything to do with football. When it's not about football, it's always about football. Just like when it's not about the money, it's always about the money. The next day, Diggs returned to the facilities and was on the practice field. On Sunday, we were finally given a glimpse behind the curtain with the Diggs situation. According to the Boston Globe, Diggs' frustration is due to his role in the offense and his voice in the team's play calling. Diggs caught 108 passes for 1,400 plus yards and a career-high 11 touchdowns, 16 games played last season. He accounted for 29% of the Bills' receptions in 22, which was tied for the third highest rate in the NFL last year. Diggs ranked 4th in the NFL in receptions, 5th in receiving yards, and tied for 3rd in touchdown receptions. However, the ending to the 22 season was dramatic for Diggs and the Bills. After being upset by the Cincinnati Bengals on their home field in the division round, The Athletic reported that Diggs sprinted out of the locker room with all of his things before some of Buffalo's coaching staff even made it down to the tunnel that leads to the locker room. Oh my God, get the hell out of Dodge. I mean, basically, like he was doing like a riot. They were doing a riot. I'm surprised he didn't break any glass. He was seen exchanging some words with Allen on the sideline during the loss, and later crying on Twitter to explain that he just wasn't okay with losing. In that 17-point defeat, Diggs caught just 4 of 10 targets for 35 yards. Bills coach Sean McDermott told reporters last Wednesday that the team is in a good spot with him, and added, "I feel like it's resolved. Fans can choose to believe the situation has been resolved, but it's just as fair to wonder if frustrations could bubble up again." Uh-oh. The plot thickens. From SportingNews.com. Stefon Diggs rumors. Bills wide receiver frustrated with rolling offense wants bigger say in play calling. The bill may be coming due on Stefon Diggs' drama. The situation between the Bills and Diggs that escalated and then fizzled at the start of their minicamp period may still be bubbling under the surface, according to a new report from the Boston Globe's Ben Volin. Citing a source close to the Bills' locker room, Volin said that Diggs' frustrations with his role in the offense and his voice and play calling. Diggs wanted a bigger say in his role, and the team's plans on offense is somewhat confusing. The player had 1,400 plus yards in 22, with those yards coming in 108 receptions and 154 total targets. Diggs also set a career high in touchdown receptions with 11. Famously, Diggs stormed out of the Bills' AFC divisional round loss to the Bengals. This coming after he was seen yelling at quarterback Josh Allen. Allen took some responsibilities for the mysterious absence last week, saying there are things he could be doing better. That said, the fact that Diggs' seeming issues with the team are not related to his contract may be a relief for the Bills and their fans, considering he signed a 4-year, $96 million extension in 22. I'll tell you something, it's probably about the money. Head coach Sean McDermott didn't speak directly to whatever the behind closed doors issues were, but seemed to indicate the team was now on the same page with Diggs. Listen, getting Steph the ball is an important part of our offense. There's no reason to say it isn't, McDermott said. He's a big focal point of our offense in addition to Josh. And so, it's important to get him going. And the more production he has, the more production we have as an offense. Oh boy, this could be a real mess. Diggs has been one of the league's most dominant receivers since landing in Buffalo in 2020. He's put up 4,000 plus yards, which ranks 4th in the NFL behind Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, and Tyreek Hill. His 484 targets are second behind Adams at 498. He probably wants to be number one. He wants to be considered the best. These wide receivers, they all look at themselves as, they're all divas. And he's probably no different. He probably wants to be number one. That number one status probably means a lot to him. It's a story from what's called Heavy.com. This is about the Detroit Lions. I find this interesting to connect this with Diggs. Lions urged to explore trading for frustrated superstar wide receiver. The Detroit Lions have been connected to quite a few veteran wide receivers and free agency. So naturally, when a receiver apparently becomes available in the trade market, Detroit is mentioned as a possible destination. Buffalo Bills two-time All-Pro wide receiver Stefon Diggs isn't necessarily available for a trade, but the superstar wideout did not attend Bills' mandatory minicamp. The Boston Globe's Ben Volen reported Diggs is frustrated with his role in the offense and his voice in the team's offensive play calling. With that in mind, A to Z Sports' Mike Payton proposed the Lions pursuing a trade for Diggs. Quote, "If the Bills do decide to move on from Diggs, the Lions are a great fit for him," Payton wrote, "especially since there's so many questions in their receiver room right now, and the Lions will be without their presumed number 2 receiver for the first 6 games of the season. The receiver Payton is referring to is Jameson Williams, who will be suspended to week 6 for gambling violations." I don't see too much of that. It's easy to see why Lions would be interested in acquiring Diggs. 29-year-old has posted 5 consecutive seasons with that 1,000 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns. He's had at least 100 catches, blah, 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 blah. Last season, he made the second All-Pro team with 1,400 yards and a career-high 11 touchdowns. Detroit, now before we continue, please subscribe to the Football Hut if you would. Detroit could use that type of receiving talent. Pro Football Focus Trevor Siekema ranked the Lions receiving corps number 23 in the NFL. Putting it another way, the PFF analyst rated Detroit's pass catchers a bottom 10 group in the league. That's debatable. With Diggs, that ranking would change instantly. Detroit would have one of the best 1-2 receiver punches in the league with Diggs and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Last year, Diggs and St. Brown you can read that. You can find that out. Is Diggs tradable? Fantasy of the Lions trading for Diggs is undeniably fun to think about for Detroit fans, but there are a lot of questions about whether it's realistic. And Diggs didn't attend the first day of Bills minicamp on June 13th. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero tweeted about Diggs' contract, which is going to make him very difficult to trade. Well, it is fun to talk about. These Detroit fans, I guess they feel like they're close to, being competitive. The Lions have never been good, by the way. They've never been good. Oh, never. Diggs being upset with the Bills may date back to the playoff loss to the Cincinnati Bengals. He's like, fuck this shit, I'm out. I'm taking my shit, I'm out. Diggs was visibly upset with quarterback Josh Allen along the sidelines at the end of the game. The receiver also reportedly left the Bills' locker room before the coaches addressed the team. That's just not right. That is just rude. But what isn't rude is to subscribe to the Football Hut. And let me know what you think about this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.